talking about
thoughts.
Facebook, the Obama and
the
MLK.
Obama
If you wanna, I tell people,
like,
if
what's
you
your
wanna
vision?
have
Your
an interesting conversation with me, ask me about MLK and Obama.
And so I did. So there you go. So the
right.
floor is yours.
So, I mean, what do we know about Martin Luther King? We know that he was a great man who wanted peace. He marched, got slapped, marched again, got bit, water hose, jail. He always turned the other cheek in the name of Christianity and unity of the black people. He fought for equality. He fought for integration. And that's one of the biggest things, integration. Martin Luther King, the whole thing when slavery was over with is that, all right, if y'all niggas gonna be free, then we gonna be separate. So, yeah, all right, y'all free, but y'all ain't using our shit. Y'all ain't using our water. Y'all can't eat at our restaurants. That's where the Jim Crow and more of that stuff came into play even more, where it was like everything was separate. White folks only, black, all that stuff started. So what black people wanted to do, and we had a great movement in Oklahoma City, Black Wall Street.
Oh yeah. I saw that.
It's so cliche,
and they burnt that
but
shit.
That was the military burnt it down.
Yeah, National Guards came in.
Exactly.
And they even said, like, I just watched one recently. They were saying, like, even though the cats came with the quote, wanted to go to lynch and all that, blah blah blah, but they were saying that it was set to where cats was getting picked off, like on some sniping type shit.
Bro, listen, you can go to Philly and look at the move. The Philly move is very similar to that. I think that was like early 80s or 70s or something like that. I forget, but I've went through it. It's old stuff that I studied. But anyway, so Oklahoma, move. Right, that was destroyed by the government. You wonder why all this capital and people talking about what the government. Listen here, bro, in the military. Listen here, military fight against us. We get too lit. But after slavery, we had movements like that. And I spoke to Oklahoma City because that was where segregation was actually working for us. We had not to depend on nothing from nobody who looked at us in a bad way, because everybody who had a bus or a doctor or a vet, it was all us. It was all us. It started getting lit to the point like it wasn't just a community that we had for our own. It started bubbling. The bank started bubbling like we was on to something. That's why it was met with the means it was met with. And Martin Luther King whole thing was like, all right, because he was a young preacher for real, and was like the guy that they put up to, like, wouldn't nobody else stand up. And he was courageous in itself, but he caught the backing of the same people that had just destroyed, because the United States government was on him. He had these famous friends, and these people was putting money behind them. Martin Luther King was like the most well-dressed, well-spoken young preacher out. He was like the littest rapper.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, you not going to have Malcolm X try to represent this counter attack, because Malcolm X talking about do anything you got to do to beat these motherfuckers. Martin Luther King was saying, let them do whatever they going to do. We going to let God deal with that. And that was the perfect scenario to keep black people in the position that they was in. This is why they bought into Martin Luther King, because at the same, what he was telling you was, let them treat you with any disdain that they want, because God.
It was God fearing. It was a God fearing thing,
right? So it kind of, and I'm kind of anti-Christian. I ain't gonna say anti, but I'm not religious in that sense. I have faith and I believe in God, but I don't believe in the way certain people wrote it. I just believe in my way, right? And so he was speaking through Christianity. So out of Christianity, you just supposed to go through with faith and let God deal with, right? And he gonna make the situation better. And he always spoke with integration, because all people should be together, all colors and races, and we all together. But in all likeliness, it ain't like that. Squirrels don't hang with dogs.